That's going to go right on my...
Welcome to BigGunner81 Live, brought to you by BAT Arms. BAT Arms offers a large assortment of firearms and accessories, including many unique items to fit your shooting needs. BAT Arms is a federally licensed firearms dealer located in Plano, Illinois, with hours by appointment. To find out more about BAT Arms, visit their website at batarms.com. And I would also like to welcome our newest sponsor of the show, Eggleston Ammunitions. If you're a reloader, I suggest taking a look at what Eggleston Ammunitions has to offer. Eggleston Ammunitions manufactures polymer-coated projectiles that offer the benefits of jacketed projectiles at a price point much more affordable. And the best part, they're made right here in the U.S., located in Colorado Springs, Colorado. You can find out more at egglestonmunitions.com, and I'll post the links again in the bottom of the video as well. So, yes, tonight we have some guests with us. We've got Kevin, TacDaddy. I was on a show last week. You say hi, Kevin.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? What's happening, Big Gunner? What's happening, Patrick?
Not too much. I mean, we got Shwell11 and also Patrick from One Shot Kill It Media. So,
hey, everybody.
Tonight we're just kind of talking a little bit about TacDaddy Live and Shwell's channel as well. Kind of getting to know him a little bit because I'm kind of new to the YouTube scene, as a lot of people know. Only been doing this for about a year or whatever. So I guess. Oh, and we got Jake now too from MGS Firearms. He just walked in. I don't know. He probably can't hear us yet because he doesn't have his headphones on. He's putting them on right now. I can see that. Hey, Jake, how's it going?
What's up, man?
Hey, can you guys hear us when we talk too? We only have the one microphone up here, but we think the laptop is working.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah, I heard both of you guys.
Okay.
We're good. So,
Perfect.
Yeah, by the way, thanks, Jake, for the lower. I got it in the background there right below my cock.
Nice. I guess.
That SOE deal.
Yes, the SOE battle cock right there, the red one sitting up there on top, the 20-inch barreled AR-15 right there. Put together with that Spike's tactical lower that you set me up with, so that was cool. So, TacDaddy, tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel and how you got started with it and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, shoot. Well, I got a mass comm degree. It sounds like you have some sort of radio background, too. I've done the radio thing. I had a mass communications degree from Towson State in Baltimore from back in the day, so I kind of had that background. I also had a background in the Internet from kind of the inception of e-commerce, I guess you could say. I kind of got started back when that all got busy and had a couple different outlets. Got through life, had some kids out of Madison, Wisconsin. Both my girls were born there, by the way, guys. I didn't mention that to you. Lived in Madison for a while, had a business there, ran that futons, beanbags, dorm room furniture thing into something else, ended up down in South Florida. And after the market crashed in the real estate world, I don't know, I've always been into guns. I've always had a desire to make sure that I was protected, my kids were protected, that everyone in the house knew how to safely handle firearms. And kind of everything happened at the same time, and my wife and I were sitting around having a conversation, and basically she said, you know, I don't want a dining room or a garage full of holsters, but you seem to be online shopping and watching a lot of gun videos and buying a lot of gun stuff. Why wouldn't you see what, you know, so I actually sat down and put together a real-world plan and said, all right, rather than pay Google to send people to me to buy stuff, I'm going to create content that hopefully will have enough links and things going on that it will direct people to a website. So I've got TacDaddy.com, and that spawned our live show, which, believe it or not, we've been doing for over 2.5 years every Thursday night.
Cool.
And that's me, my brother, Shwell, a couple of our other friends, so shout out to Sully and Casey, and then a couple other regulars, a bunch of sponsors. And that's all based around having a guest from the firearms industry on the show. So we go a tight hour. There's a lot of people doing chats, and we said, you know what, let's do a show. We do a tight hour. It's 20 minutes of the topics of the day in the gun world, so anything that's recent. We do a lot of stuff on videos. We like to comment on the stories of the day, accompany the videos. And then we go into guest time at about 20 minutes with our guest. Who are you? What do you do? You know, what's going on in your world? And then we get into tech time. We talk about some of the companies we work with, like Green Force Tactical and their holsters. might talk about something new from them, might talk about the latest optic that Shwell's got from Georgia Optics, a knife company, holster companies, different things, different companies that we work with. We like to talk about the gear and the stuff that we play with, so and have fun with, and once again, responsibly defend our families with.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And you know, I'm just starting out, so I'm still learning the ins and outs of how to organize this exactly, you know, and you know, as far as the time frame goes, it's like depending on what I have, who I have on the show. Sometimes it seems like okay, it'll be a half-hour show or an hour-long show, you know.
Sure.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. To run a tighter show, that is actually a goal of mine, you know, to work up to. But starting out, it's kind of it's a whole learning process, you know. So
let me tell you one of the things I like about the no time limit aspect of things. I don't like the sitting around and then, hey, so you guys want to talk about shotguns? Like, I'm not talking about that, but I do like the fact that there's no producer in your ear saying, all right, wrap up that question, don't go to the next one because we have to go to break. Like, you can continue to be an interviewer, you can continue to talk to people, you can continue to have conversations with your friends. So I think that's kind of a cool aspect of what you're doing as well.
Yeah, I get that exactly because, you know, working with On Target Radio on the weekends, you know, I get to see that where it's like, okay, we got 10 seconds left, or, you know, 20 seconds left, you got to wrap it up till the next segment, and then,
Sure.
you know, you get your commercial breaks in, and then you come back, and it's like, okay, you got 20 seconds till you're live again, and that does kind of screw with you when you're in mid-sentence with something, and you want to wrap up a thought or whatever, and that kind of stuff. So I do agree that the no time limit is kind of beneficial in some ways. You know, but yeah, I get the point. Trying to run close to an hour is a good thing though too.
Yeah, and we found that the supporters that we have, the sponsors that we have, they understand what we do. They understand that it's a bunch of guys and gals occasionally hanging out, talking about guns, talking about. Yeah, we do have somebody else on the panel that you might as well introduce real quick because I noticed that your buddy Jake from State Farm turned into a girl at some point.
Yeah, I see that.
It's just like magic. It's like the snap video.
Damn, here I am.
So
Yes.
But we like the aspect of the whole thing of it's me and my brother and Shwell and a bunch of guys hanging out, talking about guns. There's going to be some curse words from here and there. We're not vulgar. We're not offensive in most cases, but we do share our opinions. Sometimes they clash. Sometimes we've had panel nights where guys are at each other, and you know it is. But for the most part, that's what keeps it real. It's
Right.
a bunch of us just saying, hey, I do XYZ, and I'm in Florida. My brother's in Colorado. Sully's up in New Hampshire. Virginia, and then we bring someone in. We're from all over the place, and we're all doing different things, 9 to 5, most of us. But at the end of the day, we're all just regular guys that like guns, just like some guys like cars, some guys like art, whatever. Cosplay. You like cosplay, I like guns. You know, what you got?
So I'll ask you guys, both you and Shwell, this. What's been like the biggest challenge with your YouTube channels and your shows? I don't know who wants to go first. Kevin wants to respond to that first.
Lighting. No.
Yeah, that's true.
No, the technical aspects of it, you pretty much get nailed down. You figure out what cameras do what equipment does what. The challenge is editing time.
Oh,
editing
yes.
time. You get back from an event, and you've got a bunch of these. And these all equal hours and hours of stuff that you got to go through and line up and label and be like, yeah, that was day one, that was doing this, that was with so-and-so. Don't forget to do that backpack commercial that you promised those guys you would do. That's the challenge, the editing aspect of it, in my opinion. Right now, for me at least.
No, I get that. I just got done editing about 8 hours of video from an event that I filmed unrelated to my YouTube channel. So I get that. It takes a lot of time as far as that goes, for sure. But what about the online aspect of it?
Well, what's your biggest challenge?
Yeah.
I don't want to make sure that I answer every question that you ask him because then he'll get mad at me.
First, let me just
Feel
make
more
it
about
clear to the
stuff.
people who are watching the show. When Kevin says my brother, Shwell, Sully, and Casey, I'm not his brother in that way. His real brother, his biological brother, Ross.
That's what I was figuring because he said the location, and I know you guys are both from Florida.
Oh, I forgot the comma?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
and I just wanted to make everybody know that he's not calling me his brother like that. But
My brother
I
Ross,
think
comma.
the biggest
That guy Shwell.
challenge outside of the personal desire to keep going is keeping the content fresh, where your channel isn't covering the same 3 or 5 guns or 2 guns because that's all you own. We've put ourselves in a position where we're covering a certain segment of our lives. We're doing firearms. We don't all own a million different firearms. And there's only so many times that I can do a video on my baby Desert Eagle, or a video on my AR, or a video on this optic. So trying to keep the content fresh and doing it in a way that keeps people coming is the hardest and the most challenging part of being a YouTuber for me.
But you just steal stuff and then you make videos with the stuff you stole.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
you're talking about that last week. You're saying how you steal people's firearms. And they're
This
not
is Milwaukee.
see, you know, that's how you do it. You steal people's guns. That way you always have a fresh
Well,
source of new
I
content.
hope you guys don't steal them at gunpoint, though.
It's
no,
always
no,
good
he's
from
not-
friends.
yeah, he steals them from friends when they're not looking.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
good.
So in regards to the items to actually do reviews and discussion on and so forth, I've been pretty lucky with that. I've had local people that have come up to me and said, "Hey, I got this gun for you to do a review on," and I'm like, "Oh, okay," and they just want to let me borrow anything out of their collection to review, basically. I was kind of shocked at that, the kind of response I've gotten from the community around me.
That's a great resource.
It is. I have a guy that is willing to lend me just anything out of his collection, any gear, any guns, anything, pretty much. And I'm like, that's awesome of him to do that. I can't think of enough, But yeah, so I can see that as being a challenge, keeping things fresh, keeping the items that you have fresh, especially if you're buying them yourself. That's really hard to do because of the expense that's involved. So Patrick and Jake there, and am I going to say this wrong? Is Julia, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, we were muted. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to make sure I was saying it right.
Yeah.
So you guys have anything you want to ask them, or any thoughts or comments or ideas since
I
you
don't know if
guys
that's
are pretty quiet?
Well, my question was gonna be, did you steal any guns from us when you came to visit?
No. Absolutely not. But I appreciate you guys letting me handle all your firearms there and play with them and stuff. So that was cool.
Yeah, it was good meeting you in person.
So,
Yeah,
Think about the level of trust that we've developed over time, where actually he steals a gun and we're just like, all right, well, I'll see it again next time.
Exactly.
just kind of how it goes sometimes.
Speaking of the meeting thing too, I know me and Patrick have been talking about this. We're trying to come up with a range day of some type someplace as well, for just our little YouTube community here, and to see what we can come up with. We have a new range that's opening up in Bolingbrook, and I know Patrick is known this. We talked about this. I am waiting to hear back from them to see if we could set something up with them possibly. They're not open yet, so it would probably be in a couple months from now at the earliest. But I think that'd be kind of a cool thing to do, especially at an indoor range, because if you want to plan something on a specific date and it's an outdoor range and it rains or the weather's bad, that's not going to work. But
or it's in the Midwest or anything,
Yeah, I think Shwell and I first met face to face at a range. There was music in the background. It was pretty.
isn't this the time that you guys shared your first milkshake together?
Rob Pincus was in the building. He wasn't with us, but he was in the building. I mean, there's a lot of things that happened that day. But regardless, no, I think even if you just put stuff out there where you say, hey guys, hey guys and gals out there that support the channel and live in Wisconsin or live where I live or whatever it may be, I'm gonna be, this Saturday, I'm gonna be at the range. If you want to come out, just shoot me a quick message and let me know. And next thing you know, you got 2 or 3 people that you haven't met before. You hang out at the range. You never know. Some of them you might click with. Some of them, you may never want to see again. But that's how it all starts, to build a quote-unquote community of people that eventually you have enough people that you put on something and they're all bringing something to the table. Collectively, you have something pretty cool.
Absolutely.
That's very cool.
Anytime we do like 3-gun and stuff, I always post that up too. And I've been telling you guys over there, why don't you come on down and shoot 3-gun with us, next month or maybe in November at the latest.
I'd be down.
Yeah, I think we're going to. It's just kind of getting the rest of the logistics in place to make it all happen. But I definitely think we're going to do that. And plus, we've been thinking about the sponsorship thing, too, that we talked about.
Yeah, that'd be
But
cool.
I was gonna ask Kevin too. Do you ever get back up to Madison at all sometimes, or not really?
Your
Sorry.
mic's not on.
No, we got it.
He's like a mime. He's like a mime there talking and don't hear him.
What's interesting is we have some family there. One of my cousins still lives there, and I love that town. It's a great place. I lived on the west side of town. West side, yeah, far west side of town.
Yeah.
And we loved it. We had a business right in town near the stadium, and it was a good time. There, it's all Monroe Street. It's totally different than what it was when we were there. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, right there on next to the library, that building there, we used to have a futon and a beanbag store right there, and it was awesome. But
Super
to answer
cool.
your question, I've been back once with my family, and we did like the Dells. We went up, did the family thing with the girls again.
Sure.
But my daughter has interest in school there, so you're talking her going to be a freshman this year. It's 2 or 3 years before she's hunting around, and I know she thinks she knows what a Madison winter feels like. I'll visit school with her, and I'll take her up to that trip, but we're definitely going during the cold time, because the reason I moved there is because I went there in like July, and I was like, this place is wonderful.
Oh man. You went there in that
Oh,
2.5 month magic period where it's like the coolest place on earth, and then all of a sudden you got that real winter.
But I do remember when I lived in I did some work for some guys in the Dells, and I did shoot while I was there. There was a couple just outdoor ranges you could go to and take stuff and line it up and shoot it, and there was really wasn't a big deal. So I always appreciated the freedom of Wisconsin. And hunting season was, the way that state in certain areas literally shut down for the first day, where you're not going to see a male from 16 to 75. You're not going to see one out like doing anything but driving to go hunting.
Yep.
Pretty amazing out there.
Yeah, it is crazy. I've lived in Wisconsin my whole life, but I was in Madison for a good 7 or 8 years, so I definitely got a good flavor of what that place is all about, and that seems to be the only way you can really shoot is outside of that city limit.
Did it leave a fruity taste in you?
Are you allowed to carry in Madison at all? Is there a concealed carry law that you're good to go there? Just not on school campus?
Yeah.
You can carry in.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually don't have that many places posted either, I've realized, which is pretty shocking. So
And there's
you'd
really
think
not-
like every door would be.
There's not that much violence there, in essence. There was one girl that disappeared while I was there, I remember. There was a couple bad places. I remember when I moved there and I was driving a van to deliver, and one of the guys from the store, this is when I first moved there, he was like, "Oh, Allied Drive, you better be careful." And I was like, by the time I drove back, I was like, "That's your worst street in town?"
Yeah.
Madison is a cool place.
It's fun.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Allied
Very
Drive.
So Shwell, what are you working on right now as far as your YouTube stuff? What's your most current thing?
I wasn't prepared for that question.
I know. I saw you thinking there. I saw you sitting there thinking, and I'm like, I'm just gonna knock him over with a question real quick.
Yeah.
Schwell, what do you think about the new? What do you think about the new Star Wars plans for San Diego, for the California theme park thing? Now I'll get excited.
That's for a different show, Kevin.
All right.
My focus this week, the past couple of weeks, for those of you that don't know, I'm the director of marketing and media out at the Big 3 training center in Daytona Beach, Florida. We put on an event twice a year where we invite manufacturers and a lot of content creators, YouTubers, writers, bloggers out to the events where they get to have a more intimate one-on-one type of interaction. What I've been working on is putting together a new camera setup, a new rig, so to say, for the video work that I plan on doing while I'm out there. So the gun projects have been put to the side while I work out my experience, or at least my comfort using this new setup. I went and got a Nikon 7100, a little 4-inch tablet to use as an external monitor, a bunch of different wires and cables, and some 64 gig cards and a whole bunch of other doodads. And I'm currently working through figuring out what works best for the kinds of stuff that I'm going to be doing at Big 3 and on a day-to-day basis. As far as firearms are concerned, I got an upper receiver from Kevin the other day, and I am going to build my father a 10.5-inch pistol.
Nice.
And he's been asking me. My father's Jamaican, and he's one of those old school guys, and he's like, I want a little gun. I want something that looks gangster. That's what he says to me. So, you know, and he's like,
those shotters.
right. Exactly. That's exactly the best way to put it, Patrick. And
so, what caliber is it going to be?
5.56.
Okay.
5.56. My most recent build that I finished is my 300 Blackout. That was my first 300 Blackout, and that is a pistol. That one has a 10-inch barrel from Carbon Arms. That gun is probably my favorite gun in my collection right now, only because it's so short, so compact, and it's 300 Blackout. It's different than all the other ARs that I've built. Now, you know, I've built the 308. I've built a lot of 5.56, 223 variants, but right now let's build them shorter and lighter every time. You know, I'm trying to get them lighter and lighter every time I build them now.
So let me ask you a question. Speaking of the 300 Blackout, not to interrupt you, I was going to say, well, it's on my mind, so don't forget to ask this. Have you actually sighted it in at this point?
The 300 Blackout?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is ready to rock.
What do you prefer to sight it in at as far as distance-wise, and what kind of projectile are you using and that kind of stuff?
I'm using Remington. It's a Remington. I forget what the grain was and all of the other stuff. But
like a 220 or something?
Yeah, it was a 220. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I sight all of my rifles at 50 yards.
Okay, I just wanted to ask because I haven't had a chance really to sight my 300 Blackout pistol because I built one, I don't know, not even a year ago, I don't think. And so anyway, sorry, I was distracted by reading the side chat here. I just realized you asked me a question.
Hey, Shwell, do you got suppressors on that at all either for your 300?
Not yet. That's the next step. I've talked to a couple of people. I have a trust in place. I just haven't gone through the steps of actually ordering one yet.
Why does everybody suppress that round?
I don't know.
That's what it was designed for.
It's
a big, heavy hitter at a lower speed. It is. You know,
actually, it was kind of funny. Is I had a guy in the other day, or not the other day, like a couple of weeks ago. He's actually a gun writer, and he was basically talking about a lot of like pig guides, like for pig wild boar or pig hunting. They're always bitching about the 300 Blackout because all these guys show up with subsonic rounds or subsonic suppressed 300 Blackouts, and like he said that like they've lost more wild pigs to that round than anything they've ever used because it's kind of overhyped, like its performance actually. Like it's like cool because it's like a big heavy bullet that it suppresses very easily, but I guess it's like actually underperforms compared to what is really like out there, like we're led to believe.
Gotcha.
It's true. There's a lot of truth in that. A lot of people think that round is like the end all be all or this great performer. Because
honestly though, with the 300 Blackout doesn't get a lot of credit though is where it's like supersonic because it actually has apparently like 17% more energy at the muzzle than 7.62 by 39 when it's supersonic.
All I remember is that it got real trendy real quick, and every time I hear the word supersonic, that beat hits me in the background. You know what I'm talking about, Shwell.
JJ Fat.
Hey, that's our
We lost that whole thing. We didn't hear anything.
No, I heard you. The thing about it is, Jaeger did a video with a guy who was real knowledgeable on it. I forget what the heck the guy's name was. But after that, all of a sudden, it got real big in the review world. You started seeing 300 Blackout reviews.
Right.
Before that, there was nothing.
I like it because
what's really funny is the cartridge has been around forever. It used to be called like literally it's been around for like 20 years. It used to be the 300 Whisper, yeah. And then just like they put 300 Blackout on it, and now an AAC started marketing it. That's really what they did. They didn't redesign the round. They just started marketing it.
They just tweaked it a little bit. Yeah, they tweaked it just slightly, I think, and that's about it. So they could change the name of it, like you said.
They took out amp and recoil. That's what they did.
But I don't know about that, but because I thought the 300 Whisper was a little bit lower pressure round than the 300 Blackout, if I remember right.
Don't you remember what I told you like a couple of these sessions ago about everything's just a new mousetrap?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do remember that. but you know, there's things that have been adjusted and slightly modified and everything.
Yeah, like it got a new name.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is, what I like about the 300 Blackout though is that you want to have a 30 caliber. It's pretty easy to do that with just changing the barrel and the gas tube. You know, you get to use all the same stuff, so the convenience factor of it's pretty big. But of course, that's not really as important, I guess, maybe as the performance of the round itself. You know.
Well, and at this point, I think there are 2 or 3 other options out there for convertible rifles, whether it's MGI or I know Head Down has the Deceptus, which has a couple different options, and 9mm conversions for all kinds of different things. I mean, that's what seems to be big now.
Yeah, that's true. The 9mm round.
I think that was one of the biggest trends of the year so far is the 9mm conversion of an AR lower somehow. There's still a bunch of companies that are yet to perfect it, but
That's
the fact
like
that
the
there's
9mm conversion. Yeah.
Well,
I think probably the coolest thing out there for the 9mm is the quarter circle 10 lowers. I don't know if you guys have seen those. Like, those are some of they're proprietary lowers made for. I think they make them for like Glock mags, Colt mags, Uzi mags, but they're pretty cool looking. So. Yeah, I mean, everyone's like into the caliber conversions because a lot of it has to do with the Sandy Hook bubble that now kind of burst. So now everyone's figuring out new ways to make it cool to for accessories for your AR. Like, all right, well, you already have your 223 because you paid $3,000 for your Bushmaster Patrolman and back in 2012. Now.
It's just like when you go to a restaurant, so many months in a row, then eventually they have to change the menu a little bit to keep things interesting and exciting so people keep coming back. But the 9mm thing, I can kind of see the interest in that, especially if you're a reloader. You know, if you're shooting a 9mm handgun and you want to go shoot your AR, well, now you're just reloading 9mm constantly versus like a couple different calibers, you know? So that's kind of the benefit. A lot of people that are out shooting, they're just doing it for the sport of it. They're not necessarily doing it for much other reason. I mean, I should rephrase that. There is a good number of people that are out there just for the whole sporting target practice purpose. And 9mm is not a bad idea maybe for them. And a carbine.
Yep.
Thoughts? Am I way off?
Well, my personal opinion on the subject, the entire subject that we're talking about is has nothing. I don't think it has anything to do with the Sandy Hook stuff. I don't think it has anything to do with people wanting to reload. And I think it has, and this is an opinion, I think it has everything to do with marketing and appealing to the prepper community. Those folks who are looking for those guns that can use the same ammunition as their pistol, the ones that they can call the truck guns that they can throw here and throw there and they can have for when the apocalypse hit. 9mm is going to be easier for me to find than this and than that.
And easier to store.
Right, that kind of stuff is what is driving a lot of the markets and what's popular these days. And that's my opinion. That's what I see. And that's how I see it, because I've never found a 9mm carbine that performed well enough for me to put down my 223-556 carbine. Never. Right. And I never will. So.
And I think that, again, like the Sub 2000, the Kel-Tecs that take the Glock mags and stuff like that, it's unique. It's cool for a backpack. It's cool for whatever. But once again, battle rifle.
Right.
Is that the cartridge you want?
Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. I agree.
And I really think this is also the year of the AK taking over. That hasn't been mentioned yet here. And
very true. In fact,
way more popularity.
Yeah, in fact, we were just up when I was up there at MGS. We were checking out the why am I forgetting the name? The Raz 47, the all American made. Yeah, right.
We're big fans of them.
Yeah, that's a nice setup. In fact, I talked with Jacob Herman about getting him on the show, but every time I talk to him, he's busy. So
we'll see. Tell him that he can comb his hair and
hey, quick shout out! Quick shout out!
Camera on
Lee
him.
Armory, Racine, Wisconsin, AK-47s. They got it going. Okay, just had to say it quick.
Wait, I'm sorry. Too many people talking at once. Say that again.
We actually had a chance to run into some folks down at Lee Armory the other day. When we were out on the range, and those guys actually manufacture their own AK-47s are right here in Wisconsin. So they're just another company just growing, and it seems like they got the right timing at least. Talking about AKs and everything right now, and this year especially, it looks like they're coming up. So Exactly. There it is.
Yeah.
Fucking bad because I kind of took the wind out of the guy's sails because I told him I owned a Rifle Dynamics AK and I wasn't that impressed with it. So it's like kind
Well,
of.
I'm learning all kinds of stuff. You get some sandpaper and sand it down here and do this there, and all of a sudden your AK is better than it was.
Right.
The other thing that I read is just run it. Just run it. Run it, run it, run it, run it. Let it wear itself in, and you'll have a great AK.
Run it over with the truck. Right.
Yeah, I've got the C39 V2, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I've got some new Mission First tactical parts on it, the grip and the forend, and I'm going to be doing a couple more things with it because that gun seems to be able to handle quite a bit.
Yeah,
It's
you were
heavy.
showing it last week in the show too. So if anyone hasn't seen it yet, you can go check it out on his YouTube.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we just popped it up because I just put that foregrip on, or the forend.
Right. Right. And I was like, why do you got the wooden stock and everything else is all black on it, right?
Yeah, I got to get something. I'm working on it.
Isn't there a what is it? Magpul made an AK stock now too, didn't they?
Zukov.
The Zukov one, and then there's another one that they make as well that I found.
No.
So, well, shoot, yeah. Tomorrow night we've got our friend, one of the armorers from Spike's Tactical, will be on with us. Shwell, our boy Magnet, is confirmed, correct?
That is correct. He is very excited and eager to be a part of what we're doing and sharing his side of the things. You know, usually when you're dealing with these companies, you get the rep, the person that's responsible for going out and selling the product and telling everybody why they should have one. Well, we're going to talk to one of the guys that helps manufacture or assemble these guns. We can ask him some of the ins and outs of, you know, the Spikes, tactical ARs, or the compressors. I think that's what he was working on when I was there last time, was putting together some compressors. So Magnet's going to be a great guest tomorrow night.
Yeah, who is the Magnet guy? I forget. I saw that name mentioned on one of your posts or something like that. Who is that?
He was if you watched, I have a video where I talk about a Spikes rail maybe a week ago. Magnet was the guy in the video putting. Yeah, he's the bearded armorer for Spikes that was putting the actual rail on the gun.
Gotcha.
So he's the one that I contacted, and he was like, "Hey, come on down, and you know, I'll walk you through the assembly process. So we'll talk about this, or we'll go over that." And then, you know, he mentioned his interest in being on the show, and that's how it happens.
And actually, I'm excited. I'm excited to show Shwell my trigger install skills, because I'm going to take that Spike's lower parts kit, which, by the way, we sell the Spike stuff on TacDaddy.com. If you need a lower parts kit or certain parts, we sell all that stuff on the site. And I've got a lower parts kit. I've got the new jack lower, and I'm putting together something from scratch for the first time. Shwell's the builder of the crew. I'm the guy that goes and buys the finished gun and then puts a nice optic on it and has a nice gun that you don't want to drop. So this whole you're going to build it from scratch thing. But I've got the trigger thing down. I know how to do that.
Hey, you don't like dropping your guns?
No.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we do.
Right.
We got a video coming
true.
out where I threw my Scar 17 up in the air to see if the buttstock would break.
They're quality. I know they can handle it, but I'm just kind of again, I'm at that age where it's kind of like cars. If I had a car collection, I'd like them all nice and lined up in the garage. And
So speaking about stuff you sell, did you actually ship that holster out to me yet? The N8 squared tactical or whatever it is, N8 squared?
you know what? I need to follow up on that. That was one of those things last week that I did not get to follow up on, but now that you've pointed it out, I will get you a Nate squared, because we did talk about it. Actually, you know what? It's right here. I just forgot to get it out.
He called you
Nice.
out live.
I
Called you
forgot to
out.
get it out. This one's going to you.
Slacker.
No. Yeah, exactly. He sent me the address, and I completely forgot to come through for him. But I will.
Nice. No big deal. So, yeah, that's pretty neat. Anyway.
We might have another special guest tomorrow night. I'm not too sure, but the regulars should be back on.
No, I thought you were talking about me.
You were special last week, remember?
You're not, once you've been on once, you're no longer special.
Oh, okay.
Back in line.
Right.
No, I'm just,
Hit us up. You know,
So-
free sometimes. You know?
we'll get
What's
the
that?
Wisconsin guys in. We'll get your buddies
There you
in, and
go.
maybe you could be in the room with them too. And then
Okay.
That'd be a ton of fun, you guys. That definitely would be a blast. It's been a pleasure talking with you all already.
Yeah, right on, man. And yeah, we like I said, we do this every Thursday night. There's sometimes an after chat. That's again, every once in a while we have someone that will line something up right afterwards, and if the guest has interest, they'll jump on. Sometimes it's just because one of the topics was so hot or so heated that we were like, guys, we got to take this into the extended time, kind of thing. And either we'll shut it down or we'll just do a false ending and keep it going a little bit longer. But usually most of the videos that you'll see for the live show are an hour long. Oh my goodness. I have to say happy birthday. Hold on. Where is she? Happy birthday.
She can't
Oh,
hear you.
yeah,
I'm gonna put the headphones on her so you guys can wish her happy
Hold on.
birthday. Hold on.
This is one of my favorite people in the world, so I have to say
Yep, I know.
All right, go
happy
ahead.
birthday
Hey, happy birthday.
to you. Kapowsers.
Happy B-Day.
Hashtag Kapowsers. I hope you had a great birthday.
Thank you.
Did you get cake?
No, I like cupcakes.
Cupcakes. Okay, good. Good. Well, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Give me the 2 fingers.
Give me the 2 fingers. There you go. It's the other way.
Nice.
We're out.
That's not Daddy's way
Yeah.
of doing the 2 fingers. This is the way to do the 2 fingers. No, that's the way. You're right. You got it right.
So,
Thanks,
Shwell has
guys.
made his daughter famous.
That's awesome.
And doesn't
Yeah.
know it yet. Missed that whole
Exactly.
concept. It's hilarious. She's fantastic.
I
Yeah,
have to give
that's
her
cool.
a spotlight tonight because I'm taking away from Daddy time with her tonight to be on the show. So I figured get her on the show. Maybe she'll enjoy that.
Sorry
So
about
what birthday
that.
is it?
Number 5. She is 5 years old now.
Very cool. We'll have to get Thomas out here one of these days.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
on.
when I went up to MGS Firearms,
Sub
when I walked
1
in-
right now. So.
I
What?
gotta say this. When I went up to MGS Firearms, the first time I walked in the door, he's like, "Welcome to MGS Firearms and Daycare."
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
we
there's
always have
I
our
love
kids
places
in
where
there.
they've got kids in there. Like, there's a sub shop that's
Absolutely.
local to me. Whenever the kid's in there, I'm like, how great is that? I mean, anyone that has a problem with that now,
Yeah, the people kind of find it weird that there's a gun shop with a bunch of kids in there.
that is actually an interesting take on it. I mean, that part of it, take precautions.
We basically specialize in modern sporting rifles, so we got whole walls of ARs and other MSRs, and we do NFA. So people who walk in and think, oh my God, the wall's full of assault rifles and there are little kids running around.
Right.
It's kind of an
They're
interesting
not-
experience for them.
Yeah, they're not loaded, it's just, it is what it is.
Probably
So-
just as dangerous as owning a
Kids
knife.
are loaded. The
Say it again. I
kids
hear
are
ya.
loaded.
The kids are loaded. I'm not even gonna step in that. I know better than that one, but that's cool.
Yeah, do you guys have a website or a Facebook page that we can check out? Or
We?
Yes.
MGS Firearms and One Shot Kill It Media for him.
Yeah. We work together on a lot of different stuff. We do a lot of video production and promotion for each other, just kind of back and forth. So.
Yeah, and we have YouTube channels as well. My channel mostly focuses on gun reviews, where I basically just make fun of everything. And
I tend to focus
Is
a
it a
little
little
bit
bit
more
more
on
serious?
a little bit more on product and just practical usage, those sort of things. So.
but I was gonna say, hopefully within the next coming weeks, we just signed up to become dealers with both Zenith Firearms, which import MKE firearms out of Turkey, so they specialize in HK products, or licensed HK products like G3s, 5.56. I forgot what the model number is. The 5.56 HK roller block guns, MP5 clones, and we're also going to be bringing in the Arsenal Strike 1 pistols. I don't know if you guys
all
have seen those.
the fun stuff you guys get into. That's pretty cool.
So
we try to specialize in
Looks like a
So
real
that's
clean shot.
boring stuff. I don't know how else to say it.
It
Well,
is.
that's actually. Hey, go to our Facebook page. Those photos
Yeah.
are literally from when we first opened. Our place looks completely different than that now. Like, don't even go there. Go to our Facebook.
I was gonna ask you, when is your website actually gonna come? It says coming soon or whatever, and it's been like that
We
for
get
how long?
to it.
Hey, can I just throw a quick? Can I throw a quick shout out there that'll make Shwell upset because it's fun to do that?
Sure.
Guns and Boobs just liked my photo or a couple of them on Instagram, and I'm convinced that the person that's hitting that button is the actual icon of the person that they're showing me who owns Guns and Boobs. So I just want to say that girl is
Do they have
fantastic.
guns and/or boobs?
Yes. Hold on. Here you go.
Did you guys?
Oh.
There's our Facebook.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Right,
did you guys ever start your new YouTube channel there, Jake?
She likes me.
Oh, the 2 girls, 1 gun? Not yet.
Solid.
We're still looking for the second girl because we've had a bunch of them flake out. So.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But we
I thought
actually
you
just
had-
put out an active. We put out a casting call to find women because we're also planning on putting together a calendar.
Yeah.
So
Oh, awesome.
you'd be
So if I
surprised how
come-
many women are willing to work for nothing.
So if I come to visit you when you have that calendar made, do I get a calendar?
Sure. Why not?
Sweet. Sweet.
The girls of Wisconsin.
Well, scroll down. Look at the photos. Look at the photos.
Okay, let me go back to that, and so I can actually do that because it's like
Lagging on you.
I had too many windows open at once. But here we go. So which photos am I? Oh, here, like your collection of them.
Yeah. Well, that one I just put up today. We put our 2 MP5 one of them is a Vector. The other one is an MKE.
Do you guys have this stuff up on Instagram?
Yeah, we do have an Instagram. MGS Firearms on Instagram.
Yeah.
I just
We
gave him a
started, so
follow.
we only have about 35 posts up there right now, but
We will be sharing.
I'm gonna get off the boobs for a minute.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
what does it say? Working hard to learn about new products to better inform you of what sucks. Yeah, see, we've been in the industry for so long, we have a very cynical view of it. So
Oh,
Right.
you're not alone. You are not alone. Oh, please don't get me started. I try and keep
that's why,
that
like, if I
private.
say something that sounds offensive, I'm not trying to be offensive. It's just my
Please.
cynicism.
No, they're just. Sorry. Go ahead.
I keep it to myself. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with the industry that I am not happy or do not enjoy being involved with. So I usually try and keep it to myself, but every once in a while it slips out. You know,
Well, you know,
it's
the
hard to
important
contain.
thing to remember is that the gun industry, while, you know, we all love it, it still is an industry, and you can't, like, you know, push aside the fact that it's designed to figure out new ways to take our money. That's why I say, like, everything is pretty much just a new mousetrap. Like, I mean, some things that come out are actually legitimately cool. Like, they're game changers, they're awesome, they're new technology, there's something that's actually really worth your interest or looking into. But a lot of things are really just, they come out, they're just there to, you know, take your money. So.
Without a doubt. And Zenith Firearms, or Zenith is actually going to be at Big 3 in October, Kevin. If
Oh,
you-
really?
I'm
Oh,
gonna-
nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's weird. They weren't on my radar until about 2 or 3 months ago, and now I keep hearing about Zenith this, Zenith that. So I'm guessing their marketing
Well,
machine.
I know that MKE makes an outstanding product because I actually I had a little I have an MP5K SBR that I made out of a pistol, similar to like an HK-SP89, that was made by MKE and imported by ATI, who used to make the GSG5. And before they stopped importing it, because they only imported for about like a year or so, maybe even less. Well, I bought one and SBR'd it, and that thing was awesome. It ate absolutely everything. Like I had a bag of mystery ammo, mystery 9mm. Didn't even know where the hell it came from. It ate everything. So I can definitely tell you that Zenith is importing MKE product. Those guns are going to be phenomenal. They are really built extremely well.
Wow.
Close your mouth, Kevin.
This stuff now. That's fun stuff.
Close your mouth.
Are you looking at it?
Yeah, I'm looking at their weapons. Sorry.
Yeah, we just placed an order today because they're doing a special like introductory buy-in because they're pretty new. So we only had to order one gun to get into their buy-in, and it like ends at the end of the month or whatever, and they have to go to whatever standard buy-in is. But we're getting their the Z41, which is the 3. Basically, their copy of the HK91 or G3.
Yep, I see.
But it's all made on HK parts and tooling. It's all mil spec. MK actually makes an outstanding rifle.
It looks badass.
Yeah.
My mouth was open for that one above it, the Bora 12, $6,500, top of the 9, whatever the heck it is. Yeah, that's cool.
And then we're also going to start carrying Arsenal firearms, which are rather the Strike 1 pistols. You probably, if you would have seen them, they were on Vickers Tactical channel a couple times. They're a Russian designed pistol, and what's really cool about them, they have the lowest bore axis of any striker fire gun currently in production. And actually, the Arsenal has a video up where they show you the complete lock times of all these different guns compared to it, as well as the overall degree of which the degree to muzzle climb. And the Strike 1 just like blows them all away.
It's by like 5 degrees.
Yeah, by quite a bit, and it has an extremely fast lock time. So once we get those in, I'm probably going to do a video on it just because it's going to be hard not to.
It was on my list of guns to get, but I think at the time when I was looking at them, I believe the MSRP basically said, no, you can buy a new AR. So
yeah, well, I mean, the basic guns, the MSRP on them is like map pricing, which we'll have to follow. I think is like around 800 for like the standard model. But it'll be really cool once we get our hands on them. We really want to carry the some of the other ones, like the speed variants. They're like their competition variants of the Strike 1, but we have to do their like $30,000 buy-in to do that. So we're gonna hold off on that for the time being. But it should be pretty cool. Look forward to it.
Awesome.
Heck yeah.
So I guess that's about it, right? We can wrap up the show then, and unless you guys have anything else you want to say that we didn't cover.
Oh, other than that, we still have one of our giveaways going on right now too. We got about 2 weeks left on it, and it's just one of those where it's just for fun, couple practical things for just about anybody who watches this type of stuff.
Grab the TP9.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah. He's got one more thing he wants to show you.
That's fine. Yeah, I may have a giveaway coming up actually pretty soon. I have a one of our new sponsors is actually probably going to donate something to give away.
Nice.
He's going to be giving away a Nate Squared tactical holster in like 3 weeks after he gets it.
I hope not. I hope I like it.
You will.
So we're gonna be doing a giveaway for this TP9 SA, the tan one. This one actually was a test gun that we used for one of our videos. I like threw this over the ground like multiple times, like to see if I could get it to decock, because that like was some big controversy about this gun, whether or not it would decock, which it didn't.
Right. So you're
but
gonna give away a gun. You're gonna give away a gun that you beat up, huh?
That's a
it's still free. You want to not have it? Okay, don't enter the contest.
I'm just being an elitist jerk.
Oh, hey, that's my job. But no, I mean, hey, you know what? Yeah, it's beat up. But you know what? It comes with a certified letter that I will sign of proof of it working.
Yeah. It still runs solid. We had it at the range the other day, and I mean, I have to say, like, with that pistol, I'm nothing but impressed. And if you're paying like what, $400, you gotta be kidding me with this thing. It's crazy.
It shoots great.
So you already got.
Yeah, they're awesome. Honestly, well, my favorite variant is now that we also tested the TP9 V2.
What do you think of that?
My favorite variant by far.
How does everyone have these guns, Jacob, but me? Everyone has the TP series. I have no TP.
I guess you're shit out of luck. Hey.
Oh, no, dude,
I've shot them, and I need to steal Shwell's TP9.
That's fine.
Yes,
Next time I see y'all,
that's fine. See, he'll throw it up so I take it and don't take his big rifles. That's what he'll do.
I like the TP9. I let everybody that I give that's out at the range when I'm out there to shoot the gun. Not because I'm like blown away by the gun itself. I'm blown away by what you're getting for the money.
Oh yeah, no, the value, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The gun you're getting compared to what you pay for it is just phenomenal.
Right. It's fantastic. That trigger out of the box is great.
And
again, the decocker issue is overrated and made up. It's just
dude,
something.
I skipped this gun over the ground like a rock over water like 4 times, and no time did it actually decock this.
Right. Right.
It's in Murphy's Law, could it potentially happen? Yeah, anything like terrible could potentially happen, but I would trust carrying this as a defensive handgun.
Yeah, it's when you come across the one guy that's been training how to grab your gun and
selectively training how to deactivate the TP9SA before he attacks you.
You might be in trouble.
I think they teach that in CrossFit.
I know they do.
Yeah.
All the dudes, as soon as you can't make that jump and your shins come off, you have to go to the decocker room.
But dude, you know what's funny with the TP9 series though is we special ordered a Walther PPQ M2 Navy for a guy a few days ago, and I took it out to log it in, and all I could think was like, holy shit, the TP9 is modeled essentially after the Walther, okay, but it actually feels better than the Walther, which is literally almost double the price of it. So that's honestly what is just amazing about the Centurion TP9 series.
I'm blown away. I'm on a show talking about guns with gun guys who know what they're talking about. Not like that show I'm a part of every Thursday night at 9 p.m. where those guys don't know shit about guns. They're just a bunch of fucking posers. So this is great. People who actually go out there, use the guns, and shoot the guns, and they're not tactical like this.
Don't let the door kick you in the ass.
This is great. I'm enjoying this, guys, because
we're operator as fuck. The
screen just switched at like the most perfect time for that. That was awesome.
He is a role-playing shooter, is what he do. This is live. He's a LARPer with a gun. That's what he is.
Wow. You have offended me.
I'm enjoying this a lot.
Rick, you're supposed to take control at this point. It's getting out of hand.
The chaos is enjoyable. So, but yeah. Anyhow, you guys got anything else you want to share? Or just ask one more time. Should I even ask?
I'll throw this out there for everybody who's listening. Check out big3east.com for information on the Big 3 East Training Center and the Big 3 East events that's coming up in October. It should be the biggest and the best event we've put on so far, so the content coming out of that should be fantastic, and I think you guys should keep an eye on that, as well as come and look at me and watch me show everybody how it's supposed to be done on the TacDaddy Live show tomorrow night at 9 p.m. I am the handsome one.
That's true. What was that thing called? The Viking spit?
Viking spit.
Viking spit.
Let me ask this real quick. One quick question I have about the Big 3. Is that, I don't know anything about it, so is it an indoor, outdoor range? What is it? What's it like, the actual facility?
It's outdoor.
There's 3 things and they're very big.
Right. It's an outdoor location. Think about having a national wildlife preserve, but you have the freedom of having gun berms and you can shoot anything and everything that moves. It's a fantastic location that's been built up over the years. Diller Johnson, who is the owner, he has been putting up buildings, putting up shooting ranges. We have an 800-yard range with a 20-foot tower that we just put up a couple of months ago. We have a couple of 100-yard range sections, as well as a 400-yard range, and classroom, bunkhouse, and eventually we will have a shoot house out there as well. So it's steadily growing. It's located in Daytona Beach, Florida. We'll be offering free classes once a month for locals and for people who are interested in learning safety and familiarization with their firearms, as well as CCW courses and some other specialty courses throughout the year as we offer them. Big3east.com if you want information, or the Big 3 Training Center on Facebook for more information.
And
That's very
Shwell does a
cool.
fantastic job, and we've been privileged enough to be providing content from Big Three for a couple years now, and we've watched the progression, and we watch it get better each year. The facility, the participants, the media. So we're looking forward to another great one coming up. It's right around the corner. We talk about it quite a bit on the live show as well, before, during, after. So you'll see us do that as well.
That's cool. I may have to take a trip down there one day and actually check it out myself. You know, I'd like to do that.
Give me a shot. Let me know the next time you're in Central Florida. The great thing about it is we're in Central Florida. If there's a wife and kids, you send them to Disney, you come to the range.
Right. No, I don't have to worry about that myself so much, but I do have relatives down there, so that might be something that might be doable, actually. We'll just have to see. We'll look into it and kind of see. Play it by ear. Yeah, so other than that, I want to say thank you to BAT Arms again for being our sponsor for our show, as well as Eggleston Munitions. Check them out. You can check out BAT Arms at batarms.com and Eggleston Munitions at egglestonmunitions.com.
Hey, don't bats have wings, not arms?
Wow.
That's why we went. Did I say bat or did I say BAT? Because we started saying BAT.
I'm pretty sure BAT spells bat.
It does, but it's supposed to be abbreviation. You know, B.A.T. Of course,
jerk.
Yes, yes. On that note, so I guess I would say thank you to MGS Firearms then.
Yeah, man, you can't hit me that much. I'll through my bird and give you a free lower.
No, I do appreciate that. So everybody, check out mgsfirearms.com and
well, hey, really, can I say something really quick?
Yes, you can.
Just check out MGS Firearms on YouTube. We got some cool videos coming out, including TP9 video, SCAR video, including a torture test of it, and we have an AR-15 torture test coming out.
Right.
And also check out Patrick's channel, One Shot Killer Media. Hold on, I'm going to get Patrick here.
Maybe I should
switch it up.
That's okay.
I'm back. What's happening?
You wanted you to tell us about whatever video you have coming out real quick before we end the show here.
We're gonna be working together. Like me and MGS are gonna be working together on a couple different features, pretty much here. So we'll probably spend a lot more time on that. I might have a couple odds and ends, maybe like HK, like USP 45 tactical compact. Might do a video on that quick. Maybe some new optics stuff coming up too pretty soon. So we'll see overall, but I'll have some of that stuff coming out eventually. I've been focusing a lot more on the Instagram and photography end of things too, so I'll have a lot of that coming through also on the feeds. So.
Likewise, I've started doing the Instagram thing too here recently as well, you know, which is instagram.com/BigGunner81, I think.
You don't know?
I just started doing it, so I forget some of the URLs. I just signed up with gun channels today to set up. I signed up a couple days ago.
So if you just started doing it though, shouldn't you like remember a lot easier than that?
You would think so. Thank you.
You would think so. Sorry.
So anyway, guys, until next time, go have some fun shooting.